the way they performed. Dracula came down on stage and he actually climbed kind of upside down, and just the way they moved was amazing.
You can see she's almost more interested in how they did it than what was on stage. As we haven't got much time, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go through these fairly quickly, but our next segment is enrichment. This is one of the segments that has some kind of more significant demographic trends than some of the others. So these tend to be older people, though not all. And it's because they're very traditional, their tastes are extremely traditional. They like nostalgia and heritage and these kind of things. So value for money is often very important. They are often your loyal patrons as opposed to your trusting ones. So quite resistant to change. They're fair, kind of at the end of the risk curve. Not likely to try out too many new things. So their main motivations are intellectual. They love learning about things. They are often people who think that the olden days were the good old days. So this idea of the past informing the present and so on. And they also, nostalgia really is an emotional driver as well. But they like places where they can feel and sense what it was like to live in another era. And so traditional art forms often give them that. Arts are sort of in the middle of their priorities, so it's important for them, but it's not the be-all and end-all. And I think we've talked a lot in the last couple of days about the kind of worthiness and importance of art. And I think that we have to be very, very cautious, as Lisa said, if we think that these kind of outcomes can only be delivered by art, because there are a huge number of people who are quite happy without ever engaging with us. And I think we sometimes rather vainly believe that their lives are somehow less valuable than our own because they don't come to our theatre or whatever. They're happy. We may be able to deliver to those motivations and needs better than some of the things that they do now. We're not always very good at convincing them and telling them that we can. But let's hear from a couple of these people.
Opera, ballet, classical music, Spoleto Festival, have you heard of that? And Stratford-on-Avon, Shakespeare. I love all that stuff. I will go to all of it, any of it. I mean, whenever I have the chance, I go.
I think the appeal of museums is that they're a real treasure trove, and a good museum exhibition will pull out stuff and show you stuff that you haven't seen before in a different context and make you think about things in a different way, because I think the present is informed by the past, and I think